guys, back again, and today is day 11 of the 12 days of anime. Almost done. Um, Today I'll be talking about my favorite classic show that I've watched this year. Since I've been doing Taco Puppy, I've really started watching a lot of older anime that I never would have watched before. Some are like early 2000s, but some have been in the 80s, in the early 90s. And I've just been kind of enjoying watching these older shows that maybe some people don't watch anymore. And so this year I watched a few. Clannad, Clan After Story were one of them. And then I also watched this one. This show is called Chance Pop Session. Um, of course, I've been falling in love with idol shows over the past year. Started with shows in Hollywood, and then kind of just moving forward. And Chance Pop Session is a idol show from I want to say like 2001, 2002, but it looks a bit older. But it might be, I can't remember the correct date on it. But yeah, Chance Pop Session is an idol show, and at first glance, you think it's just an idol show about this girl group doing their thing and kind of progressing through the idol world. But it's a much deeper story than that. Chance Pop Session, when I first started watching it, I was like, okay, the intro's great. The outro is amazing. It's such a beautiful song. It's a great song. But when you start watching the show, yeah, it's kind of progressing. There's three different girls. Each one has their reason for wanting to be a singer. One, she's a street performer. She works at the arena there, but she also performs on the street with her band. And then one girl, she's rich, but she wants to be a singer. And the other girl wanted to be a singer, but no, that's wrong. One girl wanted to be a singer. She was raised by a priest. She wanted to be a singer, and he kind of let her pursue her goals. One girl wanted to be a singer, but she was the rich girl, and her father was totally against it. He didn't want her to do nothing with singing, nothing at all. And then the other girl who was a street performer. So there's this woman. There's this really famous singer, Rena. She's like the Beyonce of their world. And so she's this really, really popular singer. She's got all these awards. She's like, oh, Rena. And so she opens up this school, and the school is free. You just have to get in. Getting in is a free school. There's no pay. And then turns out her manager runs the school for her and everything, because she's pretty hidden. Like she shows up for award shows, she does performances, but you don't really see her that much. It's out and about. And so her manager runs the school for her, and her manager, there's no nonsense, like, do it this way, but it works. Rena's becoming a superstar. She's showing the way to become superstars also. And so, as the story progresses, you get deeper background on each character. It comes together, and neither one of them have a mother. Their mother is either just gone or she's quote unquote dead. And so, as the story progresses, you kind of know some things aren't right, because they're all at school together, and okay, there's three girls, no mother between each girl, but they all have different lives. And so you kind of, as it goes on, you find that they all were actually adopted. And you're like, okay, they're adopted. One was by a priest, one's a rich family. The other don't know about her father, actually, because they never actually mentioned him. Now I think about it, because she was a street performer, she was working and doing her own thing, and you never see her. Because she's almost like the oldest. Seems like the oldest of the three, because she works, she does her own thing. The other two still live at home. And so I don't know. They never mentioned her father, actually. But yeah, I just thought about that. But turns out that they're all actually sisters. And because the street performer has the same ring that one of the other girls has, it's like a blue stone. she has a piece of it also. And they realized that, okay, something's going on here. We have the same song. We know the same song. There was this lullaby that used to sing, and they both knew it. And it was like, okay, my mother used to sing it to me. Well, mine did too. Okay, something's going on here. And the priest, he knew what was going on. He knew the family would come out. And so he told them that, yeah, they were adopted. Oh, one quick point though. The one who was rich, she had a butler. He was great. He was pure comedic genius. He had all the great lines. Sorry, I did that. He had all the great lines. He was brilliant. He was so funny. And some stuff he would say was just like, how dare you say that? But he would say it anyway. He just had no filter, and it was great. But yeah, so when they finally all adopted, and the show's only 12 episodes, 13 episodes, and then finally, in about episode 10, maybe 11, we finally get the backstory of what actually happened. It turns out, Renna's manager is also the three girls' mother. She was this famous singer, and she fell in love with her. Either he was a singer, also he was her manager. I think he was a singer though. She fell in love with him, and they got married, and she got pregnant. And they had kids, had a great family, and then he died. And once he died, it was almost like her life shattered. And she not necessarily felt burdened by her three children, but she felt that she just couldn't give them the life they deserved, and in a sense she just couldn't move on. She was just stuck, and it was like looking at her children made her think of him, and her life made her think of him, and there was no out. And so she attempted to kill herself and kill her children, and it was sad. But turns out she didn't die, and the children got found and they got adopted. And so this whole time they've been training under this lady, and this lady is their mother. And they become this big band, and they sing the song that's also the closing song for the show. They sing that, and they actually win the equivalent of what is like Dream Festival. Dreamfest, they win the equivalent to what Dreamfest was in Dream Festival. And it's just a great story. They found she's their mother. They finally go to their father's grave and see where he's buried, and they become one big happy family. It's the three daughters and the mother, and it's one of those shows that it's like an older show, but the story's simple but well done. It's not oversaturated. It's not a bunch of sideline stuff here and there. It's literally just about these three girls wanting to be performers, certain things that hold them back, which could be family or circumstance, or just not want to give up. There's moments that they want to give up and just say, we can't do it. But yeah, it's a great story, and like I said, it's only 13 episodes, and in 13 episodes they build a great foundation to give you enough look into their life to get to that backstory, and then you get the progression. And it's a really good show. I really recommend it. Like I said, I'm not sure, it should be, it's there, and it's dubbed also, which helps. It's a dub. It should be easy to find online somewhere. I have seen DVD sets for it also. But yeah, if you like our shows, if you like just good story, because like I said, it's really just singing and story progression. That's really all it is. A idol show, but it's also some very slice of life. So yeah, so if you like slice of life shows, idol shows, and just good music in your anime, I recommend it highly. Yeah, and it's called Chance Pop Session, and it's just a great show with a great story to it. Yeah, so that's day 11. One more day, and we'll be done with 12 days of anime. Can't believe it came this fast, but yeah. So, thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, enjoy the other videos for 12 days of anime, and once again, Maho out.